What was your first exposure to pole dancing?
My first exposure was actually watching Steven Restless on America's Got Talent. I remember seeing that and just being blown away. I thought it was so cool, and then I sought it out in my hometown of Fayetteville, North Carolina.
What was the thing that you're like?
Yeah,
"Ah, I
his
need that."
act, he was very femme presenting. I mean, he even went in on 6-inch heels. So he did Blazers, the works. I thought that was so cool, and someone, as a young queer dancer, wanting to express their own femininity or sexuality, but also through art, I thought I was like, oh, that's perfect.
Is that why you sought out or came to body and pole?
Yeah, after I started, body and pole had, and still does, had quite the reputation as like the go-to spot. So I was like, okay, let's do it. Yeah, after I won a PSO Pro, I got a free traincation and took the free traincation here, and that was my first time.
What were your first classes like in North Carolina? Well, can you tell us like about that experience?
Studio culture was very sexy based. Even though the studio had pole fitness in the name, that's really just like a marketing thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's still very sexy based. The founder was a former stripper who started her own business because she realized it could be lucrative. And she started basically just like a whole community. It's the only pole studio in my hometown called Studio X Pole Fitness. And I loved it. The lights were always set low, so it was like a nightclub. I was like, yes. It was always like sexy music, rock, R&B, more rock than anything, which is kind of what got me into liking to dance to rock.
How has that, where you started, influenced how you teach your body and pole?
I still like to keep a little bit of the sexy aspect in everything I do. Even though I might not cue it, I like to think that it's shaped me to become a little bit more aware of my sensuality, even when we're moving through really hard shit. Because you can still be sexy and strong.
Do you have a favorite kind of like hard move that is also incredibly sexy?
I mean, I do love anything that gives me like a nice back bend. I think back bending is always like inherently sexy because it's like, imagine getting into this position while you're doing, other stuff.
Do you think your teaching here or teaching in general has kind of influenced how you perform as well?
Yeah, the way I approach making a piece has changed dramatically. I'm a lot more organized, because I take the way maybe I organize a class and apply that to how I make a piece to perform out in nightlife, for a random gig, whatever it may be.
And what's your catchphrase? What's your go-to thing you say in class a lot, whether you like it or not?
Just sayings, sound effects, if you will. I like to keep it schmoopty. You'll know that one. Anything that goes. Any sound effects of any kind.
So keeping it like a video game?
Yeah, you gotta keep it fun. I'm always careful to say that, we're just dancing on metal sticks. That's all it is.